Okay guys, great to have you view this video. Alright, in this video I'm going to show you on how to set up your local machine, that's your computer, to get it set and ready for the training. So these are the basic things we need to get going with the training. You need to install a local host. So I'll drop the link below in the description. You either need XAMPP, is a cross amplifier, like it's cross platform. The X there stands for the cross, the A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, and the P for the PHP. Now, just as you can see, Apache, MariaDB, PHP, and Perl. So you can use this to set up your local host. Most developers they do like to use this one. Currently, I have this other one installed in my computer, which I'll be using for the training. But I also installed the XAMPP just for installation guide. Nowadays, I think there are always errors that do come up when you are installing WAMP server in your computer. So you can also try the WAMP server. You can also try the WAMP server. The WAMP server is another good one for Windows users. The W stands for Windows, the A for the Apache, and MySQL, and the P for the PHP. So just as you can see, Apache, PHP, MySQL, it's basically for the Windows users. Windows, W for the Windows. So you head down to their site. I'll drop the link in the description, and you click on the download. Yeah, click on the download over here. It will drop down. It will take you down to where you can download the buttons for the download. If your system, you need to check your system, is it 64 bits or is it 32 bits? So whichever one is your system bits, you now download. For the 64 bits, you go for this. For the 32 bits, you go for this. Now, to check for the bits of your system, what you do is that you press your window key on your keyboard plus R. This should bring up your run to. Then you type WinVar and you press OK. Now this should give you the information about your laptop. You should have a bit here. Okay, showing that mine is Windows 10. You can check for the bits actually to know which one to download. Let's check that out. Okay, you hover on your, most of you should have yet to be my computer. Okay, so but mine, I customize mine to go by the name I love, Bonke. So you right click on that, choose property. Okay, sorry, I'm running a lot of things on the laptop, that's why it's slow. So choose, click on the property. This should take you to your setting. From there you can see the bits. Okay, so now like mine is 64 bits. You see I'm running on 64 bits. So with this, having known the bits, I can now head down to the site and download the WAMP64, not the WAMP32. If your system is 32, you can download this. I would prefer the WAMP because WAMP works, gives you that flexibility of running with 32 or running with 64. So though XAMPP too has that options too, like the Windows, you click here to download. So I've already downloaded and installed the WAMP. I'll only put you through to install the XAMPP. If you're installing the WAMP and you have errors, missing DLL errors occurring, just head down to this site, this Microsoft site. I'll drop the link in the description. Okay, head down here and install these redistributions packages. You need to install from 2008. Start from year 2005. Download the 2005 and install. Download the 2008, install. Download the 2001, install. 2012, install. 2013, install. And 2015, install. So just install just these ones. While installing the 2015 will add 217, 219, and 222. please do not install the 215 first. Start with the 2005 package and install, then 28 install, 210 install, else the WAMP server will keep showing that error. It won't run. So if you're having error occurring, it means you didn't install all this distribution, Microsoft distribution in your operating system. The OS, OS Windows is from Microsoft, so you have to install these packages to support servers like this, like the XAMPP server and the WAMP server in your laptop. So that's it. Let me head back to my laptop for the installation. Now you need to locate the file. Like mine, here is it, the WAMP. It's pretty straightforward to install, very easy and very simple. All you need to do is to double click. It's just like other apps, Corel Draw, Photoshop you've been installing your laptop, or the VLC. So you double click on it and everything is just next, and you get it going. But I would like to install and show you, although I've already installed the WAMP. So this tutorial is to show you now to set everything up. Why is this not showing up? It's very slow, very slow. Okay, it's up. So okay, so forget about that notice. I would like to install all of these. I'll click on the next and accept. Now you need to verify if there is a XAMPP. If you've already installed XAMPP, please don't do this again. I had installed XAMPP, so I deleted it, but I have to check in order to install it again to show you guys. I've also installed WAMP. To check them, you click on your local drive, or you head down to where you have my computer, double click on your local drive, scroll down. You should have it down here, like mine. There is WAMP 64. I should have XAMPP here, but I uninstall it, so I'm installing it again. It should appear right down there. Since I don't have it there, so this part 2, the installation is correct. You choose English, next. Everything is just next, and you have everything up and running. Okay, forget about this stuff that normally comes up. Actually, it might be our local storage, like our local host landing page, but I just want to be sure. Okay, so let's give it time to install. Okay, while it's installing, I'll also recommend you head down to this site. It's no longer moving. Head down to wordpress.org/download. I'll drop the link in the video description. Okay, head down to WordPress. Down here you download WordPress. The current version is 6.1.1. download this version of WordPress. It's what we'll be playing with. Remember, the training is on WordPress. So wow. Okay guys, back to where we stopped. Now my XAMPP is completely installed. So if you have yours to completely install, you should see a dialog box or that finishing screen, finishing stage showing, saying you should launch your XAMPP. Just keep it checked and click on the finished. It will launch the XAMPP. Should, in case it doesn't launch the XAMPP should appear right at the side in down your taskbar. This is the taskbar. So you should see a symbol like this, looking like this bone symbol if you've been watching Tom and Jerry. Okay, so Now if your XAMPP doesn't launch, all you have to do is to get to this, to the taskbar where you see it, right click, or if it's not there, then you check just the same place. If you're using Windows 10, it should be right here. So you now right click on it, you see this dialog box popping up. You click on show slash the hide. It should bring up this control panel. It should bring up this control panel for you to play with. Now, so all you have to do is to start your Apache. Okay, you wait for it to start. So this might bring up a screen like this. Just accept. Okay, accept. Back to the screen. If it is successfully started, okay, okay, there is a problem with mine. It says here, you should, in case you have the same problem, for most of you that are developers or programmers, now you see it might show something like port 80 in use. That's why I'm saying either you install WAMP or you install XAMPP. But if you're having a problem installing the WAMP, you need to install Microsoft Visual Redistribution packages, which I showed your I showed this window. I showed this, that you need to install from 2005, 2008, 2010, 2012, 2013, and 2015. Installing the 2015 will also add 2017, 2019, and 2022 for you, but don't start with the 215, start with the 25. When you are done with that, you try reinstalling the WAMP. I recommend the WAMP. I've already installed the WAMP. I won't like to uninstall it. There are a lot of projects in the WAMP, so that the one that I've installed. So if I should uninstall, I'll lose the project, and their clients projects, I can't tamper with them. So that's why I'm giving you a walkthrough on how to install the XAMPP. XAMPP is also good to use, but currently I'm having this error of port 80 being in use. So all I have to do is to look for my services app. If you have the same error, using your search, type services, it should pop up this services app. Click on it. That's the app we want to launch, because that's the app that shows all the services that are running in your system. So you can stop some services, you can keep others to keep running. Same with the tax manager, but for the tax manager, we are just to in some kind of processes that are running. For apps like this, like the XAMPP server that has other services running alongside with them, it's always done using the services app. So I'd like you to right click on this services app, because we'll be visiting it most often. Even the XAMPP, just pin it to your taskbar. As you can see, I've already pinned it to my taskbar. That's why it's showing on pin from taskbar. Yours should be showing pin to taskbar. You pin it to the taskbar. Same thing with the XAMPP server. Right click and you see pin to taskbar. You choose to pin it to the taskbar, because we'll be using it often. So what are we to do here? We are looking for, whoa, I have a lot of services that are running currently, so I have to stop them, else the XAMPP server won't work at all. There's a particular service that is stopping our XAMPP server, which is this Apache 2.4. So I have to stop it. This Apache 2.4 is from the default Apache that I normally use in coding my PHP from scratch if a client needs a PHP or Laravel work. Okay, if you also have MySQL, install MySQL Workbench, install MongoDB for JavaScript developers, you should stop them too. Stop the services. Stop the services. It might hinder the XAMPP coming up. Okay, so all the SQL servers, I've stopped them. Okay, I still need to look out for the Postgres. Okay, my Postgres, I've stopped the Postgres, and for my WAMP servers I've stopped them. So I think this should solve that error of port 80 being in use. So I head back to my control panel. To do this, what you're seeing on my screen is to press the alternate key press down using your tab key, alternate key plus the tab key. You keep tapping the tab key, it will switch to any of the windows, so you can choose the window you want to see. So back to our control panel, our XAMPP control panel. Let's start the services again. This should run perfectly without any error. Okay, let's wait for it. It should show a green. See, it's no longer showing error, it's still showing attempting to start Apache service. It should show a green symbol and the port number down here. So let's just wait for it. I was really holding it down. Oh. So let's start the MySQL. Okay, the MySQL successfully. It's up. MySQL is up. I don't know what's wrong with this Apache. It's still showing port. Sorry. Port 80 in use. Port 80 in use. Okay, yours shouldn't show this. It shouldn't show an error. It should be up and running. Okay, it should be up and running. This is it. Since my XAMPP is having issues, so all I have to do is I'll use the WAMP. Okay, but I'll also give you a hint if you are using XAMPP, how you can go along with the XAMPP. So this is it. If your services is up and running, like for the XAMPP, let me head back to the XAMPP. These are the services you need to start. You start the Apache, you start the MySQL, forget about the FileZilla, Mercury and the Tomcat. We just need the Apache and the MySQL. You start the Apache, you start the MySQL. Okay, so for those that are using WAMP, this is all you have to do. Head to your services app. Let's start our WAMP server that way. It's always best to do it this way rather than using the app, because if we are using the app, it might take long and I can't wait to see it run. Okay, so I need to stop the Apache that is currently running so that I can start the Apache for the WAMP. I need to start the Apache for the WAMP. I don't need the normal Apache for my PHP. So, okay, so for the WAMP guys, you just need to head down to your services app, look for the WAMP Apache 64, start it. Okay, you know why it's taking long? Normally it should be the MySQL, the MySQL that should take long to start. Okay, successfully is up, no errors. Let's start the MySQL. It should also be up successfully, but this might take some time. Okay, so if you're having issues during your installation of the WAMP, just drop it in the description below or in our group chat. For most of you that are not in the group chat, sorry about that, there is a group chat that is about this training. That the group chat is just basically for the training, and so that if errors or problems come up, we can troubleshoot it together in the group chat. It's a WhatsApp group chat. You can see it in you can see the link in the description of this video, so you can also join the group so that you can drop the errors and the issues you are having while installing your WAMP or while trying to run your XAMPP or the areas in the video you can't really understand, so that we work it out together. So we start our MariaDB too. We need to start that too. There are 3 services that should run: the MariaDB, the Apache, and the MySQL. So we are done starting our WAMP successfully. For most of you that are using the WAMP, you should have this. You should have this in your services app. Should, in case you can't find it, then you start the app, the WAMP server app, directly from your desktop. That's this what I mean. Head to your desktop. This is the app. You double click on it to run it. But I like using the services app. Okay, so back to where we stopped. Now, what are we to do? I hope you've successfully downloaded your WordPress, because this is what we'll be working with. So if you're using the XAMPP, okay, this is what we have to do. You copy this folder you downloaded. Oh god, it's taking long. Copy the WordPress folder back to your My Computer. That should also locate your local drive, or you directly go down to your local drive, My Computer, double click the local drive, scroll down. You see I have the XAMPP, I have the WAMP. Okay, for the XAMPP, you double click on the XAMPP. You should have a lot of this. Don't just get confused about this. We won't look into all of this. Where we need to concentrate is the htdoc. Get down to the htdoc. This is where we need to have our work. Just the htdoc. Okay, so all your projects, if you're a PHP developer, you shouldn't be near to this. It's always at the htdoc if you are playing with localhost. So that's it for the PHP guys. But if you are new to this, just locate the XAMPP. If your XAMPP is working properly and you're using the XAMPP, you've started the Apache, is working perfectly, showing you in green, a green color, and the MySQL is showing you a green color, reading port 80 and port 300, port 3306 for the MySQL, port 80 for the Apache, maybe any other port, and the BID for the Apache. So long as it's showing a green color, then you're good to go. Just copy the WordPress, come down to the XAMPP, the htdoc, paste it here. Okay, paste the work here, then unzip or extract. I just right click on it and then extract file. Okay, this should extract your WordPress. Okay, let's just wait for it to finish extracting. My system has a lot of services running on it currently, that's why it's slow. Working on a lot of things. So now, if you are done extracting, you have to delete the copied zip WordPress file. We don't need it again. The folder is what we'll be looking at. Double click on it, get into the second WordPress. Now take everything that is inside, take it one level up. That's to take it, I mean you should cut. To do that, let me redo this. I'll refresh. Select the first one with your shift key, press down, select the last. This should select everything. Then your control key plus X. Okay, if you are using Mac, is command. Your command key plus key X should cut. Okay, or you just right click on this and choose the cut. Okay, so you go a level up by clicking here, or by using here. I just have to redo this. Going a level up is using the up arrow that is just right there. So this is a level up. So currently we are inside the WordPress 6.1.1 folder. So you paste it right there. Okay, you paste it right there. Whoa, this is slow. Then the folder that is not highlighted, which is the WordPress folder, you select that one folder, and delete the folder. You delete the folder. That's I'm doing permanent delete, which is it's done by using your shift key plus the delete key. The shift key in your keyboard plus the delete key will permanently delete it, or you just highlight and use the delete key. That should take it to your recycle bin, but I don't like keeping things in my recycle bin. That's why I'm using the permanent delete. So you are done with this. All you have to do is to edit the name of this stuff, the WordPress that is right here. Just correct the name, take it, name it after what you're about to design. Like me, I want to design a simple website, so I'll just call this web design. Okay, I'll call this web design. You might call it webdesign.com, anything. Okay, so this is the name of my site. You might even call yours, like you might call yours my first website.com, something, anything, maybe after your name.com.org, any of that is still okay. So we are done with this. This is for the XAMPP users, okay, for the XAMPP users, but I'm not using XAMPP. I'm not gonna use XAMPP. If you are using XAMPP, this is very okay, and we are done with the XAMPP. But for the WAMP, if you are using WAMP, which is what I'll be using in this course of training, I would like you to use WAMP. Please, whatever error you're having, just drop it in the group chat. Okay, screenshot the error and drop it in the group chat. Let's troubleshoot the error together. Let's fix it and get going with the training. Then head down to, for the WAMP guys, head down to the WAMP 64, my local drive, to the WAMP, just as we did for the XAMPP. Double click on it. Now for the WAMP, we'll be using the folder called www, the World Wide Web. Meanwhile for the XAMPP, it was htdocs. So you see I have a lot of works here. That's why I can't uninstall the WAMP to install it again. I have a lot of works. So you paste it right inside your www and extract it right here. Okay, and this should take quite some time to extract. So the same process what we did in our XAMPP, we'll get into the WordPress folder, take everything inside the WordPress, the subfolder of the WordPress, take it a level up. Now delete my zip, jump right straight into the WordPress folder, to the subfolder, take everything a level up. Okay, take everything a level up. Okay, so done. I would like to name this web design. Okay, web design. So that's it guys. Everything is fixed, but we are left with one thing. What are we left with? We are to install everything and make sure that it's working. Okay, so I'll close. No, I won't close it. Okay, so we are to launch our localhost. It's very simple. Just type localhost. If everything is working, just type localhost. Sorry, mine is okay. I'm using WAMP, so it will redirect me to my WAMP landing page. If you are using XAMPP, it will redirect you to the XAMPP landing page. Most especially, might even take you to the database, the PHP my admin of your XAMPP. So it's okay. It's very okay. Your interface will look like mine because I did some kind of configuration. That's why I'm saying I can't alter my WAMP. I can't uninstall the WAMP. But it's okay with yours. Very okay. It should be running with version of 7.4.9. okay, your WAMP should be running with version 7.4.9. If it's not running that way, then we have to fix that together. So just let me know, drop a comments in this video about your errors, what you are really facing. If you are not working with PHP version 7.4.9, just let me know about that. But during the installation of your WAMP, I will advise you select version 7.4.9 to as one of the version of your PHP, the PHP version you should be working with. Just select it. Now if you've already installed without doing that, I'll advise you uninstall and install again. Select PHP version 7.4.9, select MariaDB 10, select MySQL 5, okay, MySQL 5, not MySQL 8. It will lead you to errors if you are selecting MySQL 8. Select MySQL 5. We'll have to set this to SQL 8, MySQL 8. So if you're having errors, it might be because of you're using MySQL 8, which is not working perfectly fine currently if you're trying to do that during the installation. So just select PHP 5, 7. You won't see PHP 8. The highest there should be 7.4.9. So select the 7.4.9 to MariaDB 10 and MySQL 5. Then your Apache by default will be 2.4. Okay, the 2.4 should be there. Maybe 2.4. It should be 2.4, or maybe any other version of the Apache is still okay. But be careful. It should be MySQL 5 that you should select, not the 8. If not, it will lead to error. So this is the landing page you'll be seeing, which is very fine. If everything is working fine, just your localhost / you type the web design. Now if you are doing this, take note of any kind of details that will be coming up on the screen during this installation, because that's what you'll be working with. What are we doing now? We are installing our WordPress. We are trying to run installation of our WordPress. Since we are working localhost, it means we don't need internet connection. Okay, we don't need internet connection. So I don't know why it's taking long to load. Come on, is the spelling wrong? No, I don't think so. I have it here with web design. Is it? Let's just give it time. It's trying to locate our root file. Okay, so mine is working fine. It has located my setup. It has found out that I haven't installed the WordPress. Is just a new WordPress file. So select the English, which by default it will select itself. Click on continue. Now take note of your database name, username, password, database host. Okay, when we get to that, we'll do it. Just click on let's go. Database name. So you name your database. Just name your database. Now like you should name it WordPress. Just WordPress. Now database user, by default database user is always root. Okay, my kids is root. Okay, leave the password empty. For the XAMPP and the WAMP installation, it's always username is always root, the password is always empty. Okay, so you leave your host to local host. Then this table prefix, you leave it to the WP underscore. When you are done with this, take note of this, your database name, and using WordPress. You can also use WordPress alongside with me so that it will be very easy to recall. Cannot select database. Are you okay? We have to create the database. So we'll head down to the localhost /php myadmin /index.php. I'll drop the link in the video description so you can make use of it. head down to here to this our database so that you can create your database and the WordPress database. Okay, so this should take us to the login page. Like I earlier said, the username is root, no password. Then you select MySQL, not MariaDB. Press on the go. Click on it. My system is running so many services. I wish this video shouldn't take long. Okay, so you should be taken to this page. You can use here to you can click on this database to create your database, or you click on this new. I like using the new. Click on new. You get down to where you have database name WordPress. But if you already have a database here called WordPress, you shouldn't do that. It will drop an error that there is a database already named WordPress. So just because I don't have it, leave this. You don't have to tamper with this your collation, whatever means of connection with your database entities. So you just name it WordPress. Click on create. This should create the database WordPress. So you leave this. We are not doing anything. We are not creating any columns and row. We just leave it. The WordPress will do it for us. So click on the try again. Okay, no password. Click on submit. This should now connect. Wow, so finally we are there. So you click on run the installation. Okay, so we are almost going all the way to setting up a WordPress for the localhost. So you can call this anything. Like I would like to call it web design, and my site is titled to be web design. Then your username, this username is what you'll be using to log into the dashboard to your WordPress. So you be careful to remember what you did. So I'll keep it simple, like I'll just call it root. Then my password, I'll now put in something that I won't like any of you to see. Okay, let me just keep it, since we are playing with localhost. So I set mine to no, I can't show you guys this. Set anything. Okay, just set anything. Now your email, I'll choose my email. Since we are playing with localhost, there's no need of you enabling this or discouraging. Just leave everything there, but take note of your password, take note of your username. It's what you'll be using when you install your WordPress successfully. Okay, that's it. Our WordPress is installed. So I'd like to log in. I'd like to log into my WordPress dashboard. Okay, you remember your username, then enter your password. You can check this remember me so that you won't have to be guessing. The remember me will save the password for you, but I don't want to keep it in my system. It's very, very simple. You see, we are done. Okay, we are done with our WordPress installation. So this is everything, guys. So we are now set and ready. We are now very, very ready for the training to commence on the 25th. So we've successfully installed WordPress on our local machine. So keep in touch. Drop me the errors, chat up the errors you're having with the XAMPP or with the WAMP. Let's work it out.